You know me. I love theater, and I love interesting shows. And if you know your theater, your Broadway theater, this is as interesting as you're going to get. It's a multi-Tony award-winning musical, Assassins. Maybe you've heard of it. Well, it's coming to a stage in West Haven. Critics have described this as a brilliant show with dark, demented humor. You can judge for yourself if you see the show. Here to talk about it, Eric Wolf is the director of the Fuse Theater down in West Haven. And then we also have Sherry Sanders, who is one of the actresses. We will get to your role in this because first, talking about Assassins, this is a show about the folks that tried to kill or successfully killed our presidents. And you hear that and you go, oh, that's got Broadway entertainment written all over it, doesn't it, Eric?
Well, it's a Sondheim show, and,
yeah.
And what it examines is, in part, the way in which there's always been a sort of a dark underside to American politics.
Yes.
And it looks at not in a political partisan way at all.
Right.
Just the nature of politics and the way in which people get confused between the right to pursue happiness,
right,
and the absolute right to be happy.
Okay, so running Fuse Theater, what drew you to this show then?
Well, the election's coming up. I thought it would be a timely piece
a little bit, yeah,
and given the nature of politics today, it's thought-provoking, and we feel like it's useful to get people to think about their politics, their relationship to it.
As we show you them getting prepped up, this is told through the story of the assassins in question. You play Sarah Jane Moore, is that it?
Yes, I'm Sarah Jane Moore.
And she tried to assassinate
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford back in the 70s. So,
yes.
Okay, so and I was laughing because you were telling me you're comic relief in this show. How do you do that?
Well, it's actually kind of easy because when you know something is heavy,
right?
To me, the best way to communicate that to people is by making sure that there is light in the dark.
Which absolutely is necessary.
Yes.
I think.
Currently.
So dare I ask, how do you get into character for that? You didn't go try to shoot somebody up, did you?
No. Although I am rough around the edges, but I've never done that. But what it is that the show itself is sort of this wild soup where a bunch of people who attempted and succeeded are all together.
Because this is, as you said, it's comic relief, but it's a dark subject, and obviously it's a very serious subject. So how do you, as the guy running the whole shindig, how do you find a balance?
Well, you need to get the point of the scenes across, so that the interaction, each of the people kind of brings a story of dissatisfaction, disillusionment, mental illness, and that sort of thing. So we want to tell that story clearly. But the interaction, you need to keep lightening it up so that the audience sort of gets that piece, and then and it humanizes.
And there are some great
Right.
songs. Neil Patrick Harris, if you know your Broadway history, was in the original. A great song. But if you're looking for a happy ending, you're not necessarily going to find one. You're going to find a little thought-provoking stuff, right?
Yeah, I would say that the idea is that we sort of are a view into the emotional lives of people who needed some kind of satisfaction, whether it was grounding or to be loved, to be famous.
And you don't think about that from that perspective when you think about the John Hinckleys and the Sarah Jane Moores and whatnot. That, whatever was going on in their head. Which thanks Stephen Sondheim for thinking that you could make a musical out of that, because that is slightly clever, slightly twisted. We have just a couple of seconds left, but I want to hear about Fuse, the theater, because it's a relatively new theater.
So we're a relatively new theater. We formed back during the pandemic. Our first show was Midsummer Night's Dream, which got canceled because of the pandemic.
Right.
So we reinvented it as a Zoom production.
Oh, no kidding.
You can find it on YouTube. Actually, it's an award-winning production.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But
very
what
clever.
we're trying to do is to bring theater of real quality to, we're the only theater company in West Haven.
Yeah. When's the show?
September 20th, 21st, 22nd, and then 27, 28, and 29.
And
Yeah.
we will have tickets, we'll have your ability to get tickets through our website, fox61.com. We'll link it to you. There's the information for Assassins, the musical, which I admit, I said I've not seen, but I've been very curious about.
Come and see it. It's a great show. We have an extraordinary cast.
Huge Sondheim fan. I mean, Company's my favorite. So
Our
so
cast is
knowing,
phenomenal.
I bet they are. If they're
Yes.
anything like Sherry Sanders, they're absolutely. Eric Wolf, thanks for coming in.
Pleasure.
Best of luck. Break a leg.
Great to be with you. Thank
Nice
you.
to see you. All right.